All right. All right.
Okay, so next step that we are going to follow is pretty simple, but a little comprehensive in terms of its applicability. It's about ledgers. Now, um, how can we implement ledgers? Let's see that. So ledger, there are various uses. Why do we use them? Primarily for currency reporting plus for accounting rules. Okay, accountancy rules and standards. What are the rules and standards? GAAP, IAS, IFRS. Okay, and then of course local standards can also apply. Okay, like state accounting laws and so on and so forth. So speaking of ledger, in SAP, there is only one leading ledger. By leading, I mean it will have all the authorizations and authority to have manual, auto, journal, automatic posting, update. Okay. All the entries actually will go into this ledger. So do we have only one ledger? No, we have other types of ledgers too, like standard and extension. And leading ledger in SAP is called 0L. Okay. This is by default the code name given by SAP. There was only one leading ledger and nobody can take its place. So if you want a different ledger, for example, if your leading ledger is reporting in USD and you want another ledger that should report in euro, then you can have a standard ledger. Standard ledger, what's the difference between leading and standard is that standard can have its own currency, plus it can have manual entries as well. Okay. Plus, it's not dependent on 0L leading ledger, which means that you can maintain entries, and those entries can be different. For example, group of companies, okay, like for a group of companies has 7 companies. The seventh company, 6 companies are operating in one country. The seventh company is operating in another country, plus has a different line of business, different business. Let's say it is into bonds and securities, like Forex or stocks and equity investment. Okay, companies do have that kind of wing. So for that purpose, we can keep the books of this company separate. Okay, for it also helps in taxation, it also helps in reporting. And since this is a different niche and it is binding the company with another business line, it can be held separately because it has manual entries. Now, there is another extension ledger, for example. The extension ledger is dependent. Standard is not dependent. Extension ledger is dependent on either 0L or any standard ledger. Okay. So extension ledger is basically it copies entries from the dependent ledger, underlying ledger. So why do we need this? For currency differentiation and accounting standard differentiation, and it can be used for reporting in different, for example, the management is somewhere else. If the management is located somewhere else, automatically interpret to interpret in different currencies, we can have an extension ledger. That is one part of ledger. Okay. Then we have currency types. Then we have global currency types and currency conversion for company codes. Okay. Now, what are currency types in SAP? 10, 20, 30. 101 is basically company code currency. 0 is legal valuation. Okay. 2 is controlling area currency and 0 is legal valuation. And 3 is group currency. So if we have 11, okay, 1 is company code currency, while 1 is group valuation. Okay. And there are 3 kinds of valuations in SAP: legal, profit center, and group valuation. Now, what is a legal, profit center, and group valuation? Now, legal is basically publishing of financial statements. Profit center is management reporting, while group valuation is for group level reporting. Now, all of these can be different, can have different currencies. Okay. Global currency types and currency conversion for company codes. We'll discuss this a little after a little while, but first, 0L company code settings. Oh, server is very slow. It is indeed very slow. Yeah. Okay, let's discuss about global currency types. Now, global currency. Over here, it's not about exchange, forex exchange currencies that we're talking about is we're talking about 10, 20, 30 at the global level. These are universal currency types that multiple company codes can use. Currency type 10, 20, 30, and any other that you define that can be used. So we can actually have now these company code, these currency types will convert entries from document level, like a journal entry, okay, and convert it to global currency. Now, this global currency can be attached and used by company codes. Let's see. SAP 9. Okay, double click. Okay, April to March, posting period variant, lap 9, and we don't have a global currency yet. So what is global currency? Let's check that. Freely defined currency, I'll go on this, I'll cover this with currency conversion settings. Okay, over here we have company code currency, controlling area currency, and so on. We can have our own global metric for currencies because uh, there is no specific currency in when we are talking about global currency because this is going to be assigned to various company codes. But what we actually tell in this and define this that when it comes to company code currency, what will be the source to translate it? Okay, that will be document currency. If we talk about controlling object currency, it will use company code currency. Okay. And uh, other than that, the posting date of that document will be used. Currency conversion settings are different because this is specifically for company codes. Okay. And over here, we'll search for our company code. And ZAP 9 is our company code. If you look at 11 and 31, I've already told you it means company code currency and group valuation. 31 is group currency and group valuation. We have used AED and USD. Keep in mind 11 and 31 in your mind and AD USD. Let's go back to ledger. 0L company code. And ZAP 9 over here 11 and 31. 11 and 31, okay, US dollars and dirhams. But global currency, which is global currency, is still not there. We'll use that. That is the next step. Okay. And for that, we will go to OKKS first. Okay. ZAP 9. Okay. SPRO. Maintain controlling area. Maintain controlling area. Zap 9, Zap group, double click. Okay, 30 is the group currency. Okay. And this group currency will show in company code settings when in the next step. Okay. Next step is OKKP. Zap group person responsible. We don't need that. Everything is in place. Zap 9 activate components control indicators. Okay. New entries. 2024 cost centers will be active. Order management will be active. Activity-based costing for parallel calculation project sales order cost objects will be active. Variances. Yes, we also need variances. Assignment of company codes. Yes, over here, when we assign company codes, we can assign multiple company codes provided the chart of accounts and fiscal year variant is the same and safe. And it says currency type, global currency type is added. Zap 9 and enter. Okay. So global currency type is 30 that we have taken 3 and 0. 3 means global group currency and 0 is legal valuation. Okay. Okay. That is done. Next is, of course, hope this is clear by now. This is a difficult area to understand. No doubt. But FinSC underscore ledger. Let me just show you the okay, 0L company code settings. ZAP 9. So if you see now 30 is already assigned as it's connecting with 30. Okay, and we have freely defined currencies, which is coming from this part, USD, AED. Okay. So I'll keep the lecture short today.